Hello and welcome, everyone. How is everyone doing today? I hope you are well. So, friends, if we've never met before, my name is Sarah. I'm a former Jehovah's Witness turned atheist turned intuitive energy reader. And lately, I have been sharing my morning meditations that in my morning meditations lately, I've been receiving the suggestions from my spirit team to share some of the messages that I've been getting. And I've built a beautiful little community for myself by doing that for the last about a month now. And so many of you have reached out to me and expressed how deeply the messages resonated for you. And that just makes me so happy. So I just want to say thank you so much to those of you um, who have subscribed to my channel, and I'm just humbled beyond words that I can possibly express. So thank you so much. Um, I I thought it might be interesting today to go ahead and just do a reading, whatever energy came out, not anything necessarily from my own meditations, but it might be just interesting to see what kind of energy that I could read for the general collective. So this is a general reading. If it resonates, great. I hope there's some insight here. If not, please leave it behind, but maybe check back another time for another message. Okay, so today's message, this is someone who was in a relationship that was quite abusive or toxic. There was lying, constant lying. There was threatening behavior. There was constant criticism. And there was someone who was spinning out of control. They could never quite seem to get a grip on the situation, and it drove them to engage in behaviors that were very toxic for them. Someone here was definitely in their head, overthinking, stressed out. They were always, they were in like a depression or a bondage, an anxiety of some kind. They were troubled, tormented. And so there was subsequently some kind of a breakup, a separation, an ending to this situation. And the person I'm speaking to, you're in that moment of in between, just before your new beginning takes off. You've stopped ignoring your emotional needs. You've trusted yourself, perhaps even asked, what would I do if I knew I could not fail? And you've asked yourself that question. The people I'm speaking to, the collective that this energy might speak to, are people who recognized they were in a toxic relationship and decided it was time to put an end to that. And that was a really big deal for you, because this was no just come by night kind of relationship. This was years, perhaps children, marriage, integration of families, all kinds of things, making a home with someone. So this is not just some small thing. And you're to be commended for trying to make it work as long as you did. And there was a lot of sacrificing on your end, possibly the other person too. Maybe you both made it work. Maybe you both would like to still make it work. But at this time, there's too much trauma and too much toxicity in this present situation. And it was wise to have left it behind. So whoever I'm speaking to, the actual separation of yourself from this toxic environment was the exact right thing to do. And you're to be commended for that. That was a really a pivotal point for you, a turning point for you to maybe embrace the unknown. I'd like to share a couple of the cards that I have been sitting with for a little time here to sort of feel who I'm speaking to. The Eight of Cups came up, and I'm using the Light Seers Tarot. So this is not a traditional tarot deck. This is something, a little bit of a different artistry. So the intuitiveness of the images is what I'm really going for here. The Eight of Cups is someone who is leaving a situation behind because it no longer serves them in some way. Now, the next card in the deck after this is the Nine of Cups, which lots of times can be read as a wish come true. Now, this person in the card doesn't know that their wishes are going to work out for them. They don't know that at this point. What they do know is that they cannot continue the way that they've been going, right? And they know something better is out there because it can't be worse than what they left behind. That might be for just some of you, but that's the energy on this card, is that they've tried everything that they can and there's just no more. I'm hearing there's no more F's to give. So that might resonate for some of you. Yeah, the person that I'm speaking to, you left this behind because you have other things that you would like to do in this time you have left on the planet. Maybe I'm speaking to someone who has some amazing creative gifts. Let's see. The person I'm speaking to might be really doing some sacral chakra work at this time with all that orange. With the flame coming out of the drum. Someone here might even be exploring shamanic practices with the drum there. Maybe you're joining some sort of group. Maybe you're interested in expanding your spiritual horizons, and so that's something that you have been exploring. Notice here on the wands that there is some symbols. It's kind of giving me that native exploration of, even becoming like a root worker, something like that. And you can't mistake the glee, the happiness. And this is something that you weren't sure you would ever see in your life. Maybe you felt this relationship, you were maybe you took your vows very seriously and you gave it everything. Notice again on this card that the sun's coming up here. That leads me to believe that the situation I'm speaking of, the worst is over, that the new day is dawning, and the worst is behind you. And I say that because it looks as if you've got a community of people here that are supporting you. Perhaps it's a community that you are building or that you've discovered, maybe even here on YouTube, right? Or on social media. Maybe some group meetup that you've decided to join. I don't know why I'm hearing, but maybe some of you are exploring getting like new hair styles, new colors, maybe a completely different look. Maybe you're embracing your gray hair. That's a big deal for a lot of people. I know a little bit about that. Um, like a glow up. Maybe you're investing in getting some skincare or spa treatments that you've always wanted to do. And maybe now is the time. There's a lot of transformation energy here, like inner radiance, guys. Yeah, because you've got the Hermit card, and see that light? That light is emitting from her. Now, in the traditional tarot deck, it's an older man holding a lantern with a light inside of it to light his way, right? You have an inner light, an inner radiance that is coming out, and no one can deny it any longer, least of all you. Maybe you never felt like you would ever experience this kind of peace in your life. Like it was something for someone else, but not anything that you would get to have. Again, because you made these vows and you felt very compelled to stay with them. And maybe you're trying to forgive yourself for going ahead and letting go of things that no longer served you. And that might have even been this relationship and the person you were in the relationship. Those are things that are changing at this time. And it's scary. But it's also, it also needed to happen in order for your growth to occur, right? Okay, well, let's get a couple of more tarot. We'll see where this is going. What is the future of this? I couldn't even get the question out before the cards came out. Okay, so the Ace of Wands came up, which is that spark. I love this card because it speaks to me of like that crown chakra coming alive with connection to spirit. It's that spark of inspiration, just that little oomph that we need, right, to move forward. And the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, there's some planning going in to this. Like maybe you feel like you've got a lot going. I really feel like these two girls, these two people are connected in some way with the circles, and the women look very similar too. Like maybe, you know, this is you with your fiery personality, and you're wielding this, and it's something new to you, and you love wearing that personality. Someone here likes to knit. And you're pretty dang good at it. Maybe you're opening up some sort of Etsy shop for selling your knitted little designs, your little art pieces, your creations. Or some other kind of Etsy shop. You know, someone else out there might be painting or sculpting or designing something, making jewelry. Whatever it is that's bringing you joy, keep doing that. And do it as much as you can, to the point that that it completes you so much that going back to this prior life, you cannot possibly go back there. I hope that made sense. But like, I'm just getting this feeling of this person who's trying to emerge from this just, this oppressive, threatened, you didn't feel safe there. And now you feel, or you're starting to feel safe in your own skin, I heard. And actually like, it's making you want to grow into something that you knew was there, but you didn't know quite how to get there. Yeah, the Eight of Swords. This is the energy that you have been in, but this is no longer. And the reason why I say that is because you have the Six of Wands that came out with it. So Spirit is saying no longer do you need to be under the illusion that you are trapped. You're no longer trapped. In fact, you are victorious. This is what happens for you when you put yourself first. It was beautiful energy. And I thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope that this message resonated for you, and that that you continue putting yourself first, because this is beautiful. Someone here, yes, you're going into some sort of solitude. Maybe you've been there for a little bit of time. And you've been balancing this energy. You've been trying to figure out this new person that that you're becoming. You're trying to understand him. But it looks like you've got support. Lean into that support, because that's what's going to help you to catapult into this energy of freedom, of discovering who you are meant to be, right? You're really balancing that for yourself. And this can be, frankly, this is somebody who is really balancing that feminine masculine energy. That's what's happening here. So this is beautiful. Good luck with this energy. And if you feel comfortable, let me know what your story is down below in the comments. But again, thanks so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a great day.